Hi there. So this is the inaugural use of the mold that we made in that last video. I have 60 milliliters mixed up and ready to go. And today I'm using the Peacock Chunky Mix. This is loveallbling.com. I'll actually post a code to get a little bit of a coupon. It's a referral code if you're a new customer there. So I don't want this sitting too long. It'll start curing a little faster. If you want to be extra exact, I guess is a good word, you can measure out how much epoxy you need by, you can get a little measuring cup and fill it and then dump it in there and see what's left and do some simple math there. Or you can pour it in here and then measure what you dump out, if that makes sense. Some people like to be a little bit more exact. I actually don't mind having a little extra because I have these cute little silicone molds that I put stuff in. I'm working on a TARDIS right now. Usually it's a Lego man. So here we go. We want to fill it up just over full. You don't want it pouring over. And it won't take very much because these are not very big at all. They're so cute. Yep, so just above full, so it kind of bubbles up and over, but not overflowing. So I'm doing this angle so that you can see how full they are. You don't want it dipping down, but you also don't want it overflowing, like I said earlier. You literally want it like a drop or two more than full. Not by much. This keeps you from having that rough corner around the edge. Now for my favorite part. I love popping bubbles. I feel like there's definitely more at the beginning of the pour than towards the end of the supply. So we're gonna pop those with a lighter. I'm gonna throw on my face mask. Turn that air conditioner off so you can hear me. And we're just going to blast them. So just right across the top. You don't want to overheat it because then that's not good for your epoxy. But you want it enough that it heats it and pops it. If you were concerned about it, you could come out here and re-swirl those, the backs where some of it's going to float. I do that sometimes on my keychains. Sometimes I forget because I'm very ADD. But you probably saw that in the video, how those popped so easily. Oops, try not to stick your lighter in there. That's helpful. Yeah, I don't see any more popping. Clean that up. I feel like Darth Vader in this mask. Alright, so if I'm awake in the next 30 minutes, I'll come back out here and double check to make and stir this. If not, I'm not going to sweat it. It's just a cute little gift idea, and it's just my first go at it as far as this particular mold goes. But that 60 milliliters was pretty good because this is all that's left. That's probably 7 to 10. Not enough to pour into a keychain, but definitely too much to just toss out. So we'll throw it in here, and we will come back in a day or two after it's had time to set and cure. I'll show you how to do the dots. The moment you've been waiting for what, like 5 seconds? For me, it's been a couple of days. We ended up going out of town. So I've been really excited. So as we take this out, this particular isn't super shiny, but that's okay. I'm gonna paint in that little groove right there. You kind of see that indentation right there. And we are going to seal it later. You can either seal it with epoxy or you can seal it with clear coat, whichever works for you. Some of these may have a little bit of a rough edge right here, and we can either sand it or you can peel it, kind of like you're peeling a potato, old school style. So we are going to use just a regular paint pen. I just grabbed this from Walmart in the craft section. You can get them Hobby Lobby, Home Depot maybe even, but I don't think so. Joann's. I'm using white. They did have lots of other colors. But for this one, I definitely just wanted to do white. Super easy. We'll let that dry. If you get it outside of the domino, keep some alcohol and Q-tips handy because you can clean it up real easily. So this one, the edges look pretty good. So get a little dot, and a line this time. And I won't record doing all of this, just a couple of these to show kind of what all we have to do. If you've got a good steady hand, you could even do acrylic paint. That would be quite easy as well. I don't have a steady hand. I have just enough shake that it would not be good for me. How adorable is that? I'm so stinking excited about these. I've told everybody about them. So I'm just going to continue on with this, and we'll clear coat it in a little while. All of them have their little dots and lines painted in there. Super cute. So now I'm just going to transfer them over onto this paper, just parchment paper, in the little glitter tray that I don't use anymore. So I'm just gonna move them over so that I can go outside and spray them with triple thick. If you've ever used triple thick, you know how badly that smells, and I really don't want to spray all that in the house, in the shed anyways. But if it didn't stink so bad, then maybe I wouldn't be so opposed to it, but it's horrendous. So I'm just gonna sit here and arrange these where they're spaced out enough. I don't want them touching, but there doesn't have to be a huge space between them. Just enough that the triple thick can get where it needs to get. So they have lots of triple thick. I am going to go ahead and do one more layer. You can kind of see where it's not super smooth on there. I think I'll just blast it with my Rust-Oleum 2X. That triple thick's just not doing what I want. But you can see the dots, the little bracket there separating the two sides. Pretty darn cute. You can do these with inks, glitter, mica, you name it. There's really not a limitation to what you could do with something like this. There were a few spots that I had to trim on the back, on the edges there. I just literally took the blade and just like that. Easy. But I mean, it's not unheard of for it to be like that on almost any mold. So tomorrow when the sun is back up again, I'll load these back up and I'm gonna do that. And then these are done. Let them get good and dry before you try and put them in any kind of storage container. But easy. If you like my videos, please consider subscribing and turn on notifications because we go live sometimes and we work on stuff and answer questions and try new things. I'll be showing you all my new glitters coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. Have a good one.